Guys? We are back. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of Any Action Sportscast. My name's Effie, and this week we're going to be going over UFC 277, Amanda Nunes versus Julianna Pena. Before we do that, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're almost at 100 subscribers. So far this year, guys, we're up 35.35 units. We made profit in 5 straight weeks. We made profit in 10 out of the last 13 weeks. We're just looking to keep the good vibes going. This last UFC London card was a little bit weak, but our bets did pretty well. We went 5-2, positive 4.67 units profit. Our biggest bet of the night was a 2-leg parlay, minus 130, 2.6 units to win 2. Casey versus Herbert. Now this was an easy hit, although Herbert did make it a little more closer than I would have liked. Casey dominated his opponent, and it was nice to hit our biggest bet of the night early on. After that, we had a parlay, a 1-unit shot at plus 107. This got busted when McCann got her finished early. Hats off to her, man. She got kind of fed of opponent there. The moment was awesome, man, and it sucked to lose a bet right there, but at the same time, it was cool to watch. After that, guys, our bets sort of cruised. We had Volkan Ozdemir, minus 165, 1.65 units to win 1. After Paul Craig couldn't submit him in the first round, I thought we were safe the whole fight. I was surprised at the amount of success Paul Craig was having in the stand-up, but in my opinion, Volkan Ozdemir played that fight exactly how he should have. Great fight IQ, and really just showed a great performance not getting submitted there. Hats off to Paul Craig. After that, we had Nikita Krylov, minus 190, 1.9 units to win 1, and he absolutely smoked Alexandre Gustafsson. Going into that fight, man, I obviously didn't know what to expect from Gustafsson, and I had to fade him there. I wish I would have bet bigger, but that line was kind of wide at the moment. After that, we had another easy hit, Jack Hermanson, minus 110, 1.1 units to win 1, and he just kept Chris Curtis on the outside, and he just danced around the whole fight and picked him apart. I was actually shocked to see him, the wrestler, pick him apart, Chris Curtis, the striker there. But man, Chris Curtis had so much going against him to travel at a short notice. And Jack's no slouch, man. That line was crazy to me, and I wish I would have got him at plus money, but happy to hit there again. After that, and then in the main event, guys, Curtis Blades, plus 115, 1 unit to win 1.15. And now this is 2 main events in back-to-back weeks where I've hit on the guy that didn't get injured. I feel kind of, I don't know if you can say lucky, because that sucks for the guys getting injured, but I was just happy to be on the right side, and we hit again on that. And I will say, I did sprinkle last minute before the card started on Jordan Levitt via decision, plus 500. I took that a half-unit shot on that. I thought that if Jordan were to win, he would win a decision, and at plus 500, man, I actually really had to sprinkle there. That brought us down a little bit, but overall we ended up positive 4.67 units profit, and that's awesome heading into this pay-per-view card. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. UFC 277 is going to be a headline with Amanda Nunes taking on Julianna Pena in the main event. Amanda Nunes is going to try to reclaim her 135-pound belt, and I don't know, I really do think that she's going to finish Julianna Pena. The line currently sits Amanda Nunes minus 275, Julianna Pena, the champion, plus 210. Very rare we see champions at plus odds like that, but I think they're right. Now, obviously, this is a rematch with Julianna Pena finishing Amanda Nunes in the second round in their last fight. I'll be honest, guys, I think that's an outlier performance, and I don't think we're going to see that same Amanda come out and fight that same way again. If you look at the way that fight played out, I mean, obviously, the one thing that sticks out is that fight got pushed back because Amanda got COVID, and then that was actually the first time she had cut down to 135 in 2 years to defend the belt. I really do think that she struggled with the weight cut and really gassed herself out. People forget, man, she dropped Pena, pretty clean on a jab in that first round. She chases her down and really couldn't finish her, and it was something so bizarre. I've never really seen something like that, where she just had a huge adrenaline dump and just so gassed in the second round. She was walking forward. She walked into 4 consecutive jabs at one point with Pena. It was just the very bizarre performance from Amanda Nunes. I don't think that's gonna happen again. I think she's gonna be very patient here. And if you look at their careers, guys, for one, Pena is 11-4, Nunes is 21-5. Nunes is honestly the GOAT, like, insane. But I mean, I will say Pena is, in my opinion, a live dog. She has good boxing, guys. She has good striking. She has good defense, or not defense wrestling, but good wrestling and grappling in general. She has terrible takedown defense, but that's because she's comfortable on the ground. And that's kind of what happened in the in the second fight. She got Amanda hurt enough where she did take her down and finished her pretty quickly. In my opinion, Amanda tapped pretty quick, but what are you gonna do? I think that she regains her belt here and becomes a double champ again, but I don't know. I really do think that Pena might make this somewhat of a fight early, but I think if it's going to get dragged out, I trust Nunes to win this fight. People say that, she might gas out early again, but she's won decisions before. before finishing Megan Anderson. He went to decision with Durandamine and Spencer, and she looked fine in both fights. Well, I mean, not really in the Durandamine fight. She was a little huffing and puffing in that fight, but still, I trust her to, have that cardio, especially this time around. I really do think that first time, well, I don't say fluke, but a bit of an outlier in my opinion. I trust Amanda to win the striking exchanges and to really pace yourself and use a little bit more, higher fight IQ and to win the fight. So give me Amanda Nunes inside the distance, specifically via knockout. And in the co-main event, we have Brandon Moreno taking on Kai of France for the flyweight interim title. Right now, the line currently sits Brandon Moreno minus 200 and Kai of France plus 170. This is going to be a banger, guys. Do not miss this fight. I highly recommend getting to a TV and catching this fight. You won't be disappointed. I expect this to be a striking affair, as Kai of France has elite takedown defense, and Brandon Moreno, obviously, this is a rematch where he won the last fight against Kai of France 2 years ago. Now, my pick for this fight is Brandon Moreno. I expect him to win this fight, but I do expect it to be a good fight and a close fight. At that line, I think that's a fair price at minus 200, but I don't blame anyone for betting on Kai of France. In my opinion, he got a big-time test in the Dagestani wrestler and Askar Askarov in his last fight, and he did a great job of keeping that fight standing and really, winning that fight through the striking exchanges and doing the damage. Obviously I picked Askarov because I thought he was on his way to a title shot there, but sure enough, Kai of France uses his wrestling or his defensive wrestling and keeps it standing and wins that fight. It was super impressive for sure. But I just think that Brandon Moreno is better overall everywhere. I think that even in the striking exchanges, he's going to be the better fighter in the pocket. I don't expect him to get finished, although he has been dropped 4 times in 12 UFC fights. Dude, he's hard to finish knockout-wise. You're not just going to one-punch flash knock him out. You're going to have to go in there and finish him, and I don't think that's going to happen here from Kai. I think Kai is live early, but as the fight gets extended, I expect Brandon to really win this fight and win the rounds. I know he has a 5-round experience. He's coming off trilogy against Figueiredo. That last fight was close to decision. Before that, finished him, subbed him out, and before that, a draw. I really do think that Kai of France's wrestling will be good enough to keep this on the feet, thus making it a striking exchange type fight. But with that in mind, I'm going to pick the fight to go the distance because I don't see Kai being able to finish Brandon Moreno. Even though he has been improving, even though he has that Hickman brother wrestling, in his back pocket, I don't think that he's going to be able to finish Moreno. So my pick for the fight will be Brandon Moreno via decision. And up next, we have Derrick Lewis taking on Sergei Pavlovich. Line currently sits Sergei the favorite at minus 115 and Derrick Lewis the underdog coming in at minus 105. Now, this is pretty much almost like a pick'em, but I will say I'm upset that I didn't get Sergei at plus money. He opened as the underdog and money came in on him and now he's a favorite. I'm super upset because in my opinion Sergei is gonna win this fight. Derrick Lewis 1000% has fought the better fighters, fought longer in the UFC, has better performance, has better wins, better losses than Sergei. Granted. But dude, guys, look at where they are in their careers. Derrick Lewis absolutely refuses to throw at this point in his career. He just sits on the cage, backs up, he's willing to get backed up like Tyron Woodley and just wait for that one punch. I will not be betting on a fighter that just waits on that one punch, and I really do think that Sergei is going to win this fight because, guys, he's going to have the speed advantage, he's going to have the volume advantage, definitely going to have the wrestling and clinch advantage. But the one thing he doesn't have is the power advantage, but I think he can make up for it with his speed. I like Sergei big time here. I might bet on him a couple units here, but we'll see. So give me Sergei Pavlovich via knockout. I think he's going to finish Derrick Lewis because I just can't see a world where Derrick Lewis has enough volume or even is quick enough in the exchange to catch Sergei. So give me Sergei Pavlovich via knockout. And up next, we have Alexandre Pantoja taking on Alex Perez. On the line currently sits Pantoja minus 175 and Perez plus 140. Now, I'll be honest, guys, this line opened minus 155 Pantoja, and I immediately had to jump in for 3.1 units to win 2. I think that Pantoja is the better fighter, and I think that he's going to win this fight wherever it goes. Now, let's get into it. Perez hasn't fought in 1 year and 8 months, but it's not really all his fault. He's had 6 fights booked since his last fight, and they've all gotten canceled. Whether it be his fault or his opponent's fault, he just had the worst luck. So in my opinion, it's not like we're going to see a terrible version of Perez show up, off like a long layoff. He's been in camp, he's been training. I do expect a good version of Perez to show up. He has solid lead leg kicks, good boxing, and good wrestling. He's a good fighter for sure. 24-6. Whereas Pantoja is 24-5, and in my opinion, has fought higher level fighters and beaten higher level fighters. I mean, guys, beating Brandon Royval, has 2 wins over Brandon Moreno, beat Matt Schnell. I mean, the guy's good, man. He's good everywhere, especially on the mat. When you look at Perez, he has 6 professional losses. He's been finished 5 times, 4 via sub. There's no beast on the ground. Granted, Perez is not easy to get taken down, but even in the stand-up, I trust Pantoja here to win the stand-up exchange. As long as Pantoja doesn't get his lead leg chopped off by Perez's leg kicks, I trust him big time to win this fight. Even if he gets down, if he gets taken down, gets some takedown shot on him, I trust him enough to keep it standing, even if he does to get down, to get up. So I'm big on Pantoja here, guys. When I first looked at this whole entire card, that was the one bet that I did like. So I have a lot of exposure on this fight. Give me Alexandre Pantoja via whatever, because he has that dog in him. Win this fight. And up next, we have Magomed Ankalaev taking on Anthony Smith. Now, Ankalaev comes in as a huge favorite at -500, and Anthony Smith the comeback at +380. And you guys know how I feel with lines that wide in MMA. It's absolutely absurd because anything can happen in MMA. Literally one strike, one punch goes the wrong way, and you'll get slept. I do think that Ankalaev is gonna win here, but at that price, I don't even know if it's worth putting on a parlay. So in my opinion, you have to really approach this fight in method of victory. How is Ankalaev gonna win this fight? Maybe the total, over under. I really do think that he's gonna be able to control Anthony Smith, because Anthony Smith has absolutely terrible takedown defense. He's okay with working off his back, and he's not gonna be able to defend takedowns here from Ankalaev. In my opinion, he hasn't covered every single area, and it's going to be an easy cakewalk fight for Ankalaev. I really disagree with the line because, like I said, anyone's live in MMA at that price. It's absolutely insane. But in my opinion, Ankalaev is on his way to a title shot. He is a better wrestler. He's going to be able to control minutes on the ground and maybe seek a finish there. So whether it be ground and pound on the ground or submission on the ground, I think that Ankalaev either is going to find a dominant decision or a finish. In the feature prelim, we have Matthew Semelsberger taking on Alex Morono. On the line currently sits Matthew -165 and Morono +135. I'll be honest, guys, I think Matthew Semelsberger is going to win this fight via decision. I don't think either guy's going to get finished here, and I think that Semelsberger is going to have enough pop on his shots to drag the fight out and win the later rounds. I think Morono is live in the first round, especially in the first or 2 rounds, but I think that Semelsberger is durable enough and has the cleaner striking to win this fight. Now, it's hard to bet on a guy that has such experience deficiency with his opponent. Alex Morono has 10 more UFC fights in the UFC, although only being 2 years older than Matthew. That's a little bit of a red flag here if you want to bet on Matthew, because, dude, Morono's been in there with good fighters. I do think that Matthew Semelsberger is a better fighter, is going to be, on his way to have a better UFC career. So if Chaos Williams can't finish Matthew, I don't think that Alex Morono is either. I love fight goes the distance. I love the over. So give me Matthew Semelsberger via decision. And due to time constraints, the rest of the show, we're going to do it live in one take. I figured, you know what? We're almost at 100 subscribers. Made profit 5 straight weeks. The rest of the prelims and early prelims, I'd rather just smoke this joint and give you guys my thoughts fresh off the dome. I'll be honest, guys. Hopefully this doesn't canoe. That would suck. But for the next fight, we have Drew Dober taking on Rafael Alves. On the line currently sits Drew Dober -220, Alves +180. Now for this fight, I like Drew Dober. He's fought better fighters, has more UFC experience. I will say, in his last fight, he was looking very vulnerable against Terrence McKinney. And if Terrence McKinney had any sort of gas tank or any sort of fight IQ, he would have reserved himself and probably would have been able to finish Dober. Terrence McKinney is super inexperienced, this young up-and-coming fighter. I feel like a better fighter would have caught Drew Dober there. Drew Dober's fought, like I said, better fighters. That Brad Riddell fight was really good. In the pocket, he should be the better fighter. Rafael Alves is going up a weight class, and he's huge to the weight class. He's missed weight before, and he's really fast. So I will be surprised to see if Alves can catch Drew Dober early. How will he look later in the fight? So for that reason, I'm picking Drew Dober via decision. I just think he's durable enough not to get finished by Alves here. After that, we have Dontel Mays taking on Hamdi Al-Duwahab. Now, Hamdi is 3-0, making his UFC debut. He had just fought on Jorge Masvidal's Icon Fighting championship thing. Pretty sure Dontel Mays was supposed to fight someone else. This is a short notice fight. Give me Dontel Mays all day here. The line is balloon. I believe Dontel Mays is minus 150 now. Hamdi is plus 125. Hamdi was an Olympic wrestler, but that's a huge not a red flag, but like guys, those guys don't have any gas tank, and he was fighting in bare knuckle fighting before this. Absolutely no way I'm betting on this guy. Too many red flags, too many unknowns. I mean, if you're gonna bet this fight, bet on Dontel Mays, but at this point, the line's way overblown. Well, I'll be shocked to find someone betting on Hamdi here. Give me Dontel Mays via second round knockout after Hamdi gasses out. After that, we have a really good fight. We have Drakkar Klose taking on Rafa Garcia. On the line currently sits Drakkar Klose, the favorite, at minus 225, and Rafa Garcia at plus 185. Now, that's a little bit wide in my opinion, but I do think that Klose is going to win this fight. This is a short notice fight for Rafa, and in a normal setting, I'd give him a way better chance. I'm actually a little bit high on Rafa. I don't think he's that bad. I think he's a pretty good MMA fighter. But Drakkar Klose, I've seen him rock Beneil Dariush, almost finished him. He just whooped Jenkins, I believe, in his last fight, yeah. Finished him. I think I had money on Brandon. But I do think that Klose is going to be able to withstand anything that Rafa brings here. I think this fight goes the distance 100%. And I really do think that Klose wins this fight. So, give me Drakkar Klose. Good decision. And I'm super pumped to talk about this next fight. We have Michael Morales taking on Adam Fugit. Line currently sits, oh my god, Michael Morales minus 625, Adam Fugit plus 425. Guys, I want to give a big shout out to Adam Fugit. I'm super biased. I am riding hard for my boy Adam right here. Long time ago, when me and my boy Martin first started this channel, Any Action Sportscast, we wanted to interview fighters. And one night we were watching LFA, and Adam Fugit upset Solomon Renfro, plus 400 underdog. The Buffalo crowd was booing like crazy. Solomon Renfro was down, he's fighting something. We're all booing, and I was just like, man, it's funny because if I would have taped for that fight, I probably would have picked Solomon. But me, Martin, and our other homie were sitting there, dude, Adam Fugit looks like he's upset. Sure enough, comes out with those 4 straight head kicks. I think it was like 5 or 6 actually. Finishes Renfro in the first round within like 50 seconds. And after that, we asked him for an interview. He said yeah. And so I interviewed Adam Fugit, bro. Really cool guy, really nice, legit mixed martial artist. Started out with wrestling in college, found jiu-jitsu, realized that he needs to stand up, so he entered Muay Thai. He told me he got beat up a bunch in Muay Thai. Went on to pursue that for a couple years, and back to MMA. And when I interviewed him, I was kind of wondering like where's he gonna land? PFL. I was actually thinking Eagle FC. In my I thought that was actually a landing spot for him. Sure enough, because I knew he was a little bit older for Contender Series. Sure enough, he ends up getting the call on short notice to fight Michael Morales, 23-year-old. Now Morales is legit. This kind of sucks that he's fighting him. Morales is good everywhere. He's fast, striking. Wrestling is really good. Grappling is really good. He was on the Ecuadorian wrestling national team. I mean, it's Ecuador, but still, that's legit, bro. But I will say he's 23 and he's way I won't say inexperienced because he has more professional fights than Fugit, but he's young, bro. He's green. He's 23. Obviously, he's a great athlete, great physical specimen. But dude, Fugit has that dog in him. I am taking Fugit out of pure loyalty. I'm running hard for my guy. But if I'm being non-biased, if I'm being objective, he can win this fight. The way he fights is like a kill or be killed type fighter. So 100% bet fight doesn't go the distance. I'll bet my entire bankroll that this fight does not go the distance. Sure, it's gonna be minus 500. But I'm picking Adam Fugit, bro. Whether it be on the ground or on the feet, I got my guy, bro. Bro, I'm loyal. I'm loyal as fuck. If you're my homie, I'm ride with you. Let's go Anfield get plus 425. Give me that all day. So we have like 4 more fights. If I make this quick, but it should last us the rest of the card. Up next, we got Junyoung Kim versus Jocelyn Edwards. And the line currently sits Kim plus 115, Edwards minus 140. Now, I will be honest, a lot of cappers out there are like really afraid to bet, well, not afraid, but like they're like really tentative to bet low level women's MMA. I'll be honest, I've been sprinkling here and there, or not sprinkling, but I've been betting here and there, and I've been hitting. I don't know, something about it. Like, I don't know if I'm like super lucky or what, bro, but like, I just gravitate toward this type of bet. I love Kim here. I get it. Kim is 1-4 in her last 5 fights. But honestly, guys, this is going to be happening at 135. Austin Edwards just fought 3 weeks ago at 145. Surprised she is going to take this fight on 1, short notice, and 2, take that weight cut. I like Kim here because I think she's going to be a striking fight, and I think she's going to be the better striker. Austin Edwards in her last fight, I really wasn't impressed at all, even though she won. And then Kim, even though she lost, I thought she should have won last fight. Now, Jocelyn Edwards, in theory, should be the bigger fighter if she can pull off this weight cut. But I do like Kim to win this fight. Jocelyn Edwards has really good front kicks, teep kicks. I will think that Kim can nullify those with some counters here. So give me Kim as the underdog, plus 115. Up next, we have a 1-800 gambler fight. We have Nick Morono versus Igor Teoria. Now, the line currently sits Nick plus 125. Now, Igor minus 145. Now, I want to go through both these guys' records real quick. Igor, to me, is a little bit too unproven to be betting juice on at this point. Guys, he has wins over guys that were 0-2, 0-4, 0-3, 0-0, 0-0, 1-9, 17-18, and 5-6. These guys are professional fighters that he's getting wins against. Are you serious? Of course he's gonna kill them. On the other hand, Nick, look at his resume. Fighting guys are 2-15, 10-13, 12-41, 2-1, 0-1, 0-0. No way, guys. I'm not touching either of these guys. And granted, Nick should be the better striker in my opinion, but I can't trust these guys. They're just too unproven. You want to talk about low-level women's MMA? This is low-level light heavyweight. I'll pass on this fight. Please, this is our last fight on the card, guys. First fight of the night. We have Orion Koski versus Blood Diamond. Now, Blood Diamond was banished from my bankroll when he lost his fight to Jeremiah Wells. When Jeremiah Wells decided to start the fight by running around in a circle, almost broke his ankle, fell down. Blood Diamond still found a way to lose that fight. Now, obviously, this is a striker versus grappler fight. Orion is a wrestler, and so is his brother. But Blood Diamond's, a striker, Muay Thai kickboxer type fighter. But bro, he wouldn't be in the UFC if it wasn't for Izzy Adesanya. He's one of his training partners, one of his boys. He's not that good, guys. He has like 4 MMA fights. He's had a career in kickboxing, and now he's a MMA where he's 3-1. Honestly, it looks like if you can get him down, you can beat him. Obviously, he's fighting a wrestler here, and the only thing you should worry about here, if you're betting on the wrestler, is if he's gonna gas out. If Orion Koski not decides, but if he does gas out in the second and third round here, if he does have trouble to get Blood Diamond down, I do see him getting into some trouble here. But I do think he's gonna be able to get him down easily. Like I said, once Blood Diamond lost the fight where his opponent ran around in a circle and fell down, he was banished from my bankroll. Give me Orion Koski via decision. Or no. Via submission. With that, time to get to our official bets for UFC 277. So far, guys, we only have 2 bets. We have Alexandre Pantoja minus 155, 3.1 units to win 2. I really do think that he's going to win this fight, and I'm super confident in investing our whole night around this fight. After that, we have Sergei Pavlovich minus 125, 1.5 units to win 1.2. I feel confident in this pick as well, as I do think that he's going to finish Derrick Lewis. So I'm going to look into that knockout prop as well. I do expect to add way more bets throughout the week. I do plan on releasing a video on Friday with our official bets. Until then, thanks so much for tuning in, guys. Really excited to hit 100 subscribers. When we do, I plan on doing a live shoey on Saturday after the pay-per-views. Now, here's what I'm proposing. Adam Fury wins his fight, I'll shotgun the beer. If we make profit, I'll do a shoey. If we lose profit, I'll do a shoey. Pretty much gonna do a shoey. Definitely, if we reach 100 subscribers, I'll do a shoey. There's a chance that I'll do at least 2 shoeys. Who knows? And a shotgun. And Fury wins. Yeah, until then, man, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know what you think about our breakdowns and our picks. Like I said, we made profit in the last 5 weeks, 10 out of the last 13, 35 units on the year. Looking to keep the good vibes going. Let me know what you think about our bets, man. Hit you next week. Peace.
Just follow the sun, follow the sun.